is I want to get in contact with the patient's body. So before I start palpating, I place my hands lightly on the lower abdomen, okay? Then I come here, okay? And then I go here. And what I'm actually doing is I'm trying to feel the heat that's radiating. So this is going to be the lower burner, the middle burner, and the upper burner, okay? In a perfectly healthy, normal person, what we would expect is the lower burner to be the warmest, then the middle burner, and then the upper burner to be the least warm, okay? That means the Ming Man is functioning well, and then that flame, that heat is slowly rising. Now, when I palpate with him, I can actually feel that slightly different. The upper burner is the warmest, okay? So that gives me already an idea there's some sort of internal disequilibrium. So the idea here is that we want to palpate the renmai to start with, okay? Is it okay if I draw on your abdomen? Okay. Yeah, okay. So as we said, we have renmai 4, 5, 6, and 9. So these are going to be the kidney points that we're going to start with, okay? So what I do is I palpate, and you might see me have both of my fingers next to it, but in reality, it's only my middle finger that's pushing down on the renmai, okay? So I'm coming in, and I'm pushing down, and I'm actually going until I feel a little bit of resistance. I'm going to say, is that sensitive? No, let me do it. Right? So you go 1, 2, 3. Are any of those points? Oh, there. Okay, so we have one point here that's sensitive, and then I would also go here, okay? So if I were doing this in the clinic, I might make a little cross, so I know that this point is one that I have to come back and work with. Now, I've done to renmai 9. I'm going to go into this area here, which is the earth area, okay? So we're going to have renmai 10, 11, 12, even all the way up to 13. So this area here is going to be my earth area. So I'm going to continue palpating. So that one's sensitive. Any of those sensitive? It's okay. Okay. So once I've done there, here, in this area here, this is going to be the fire area. So I'm going to palpate up here, under the plexus solar, or directly on it, just above it. Any of those sensitive? Okay. And then we come all the way up here, and is that sensitive? Not really, huh? That's like slightly. Okay. Okay. So this would be the pericardium heaven area. So we went from water, earth, fire, heaven. Then I'm going to palpate going along this line here, going along the umbilicus line. I'm going to palpate the first point, which is kidney 16. Okay. Is that sensitive? No? Kidney 16, remember, is part of the kidney area. So then I come here. I'm on the right side, so I'm going to be palpating for the lung. Is that sensitive? Okay. So lung was slightly sensitive. And then, as I said, spleen 15 can also be for the spleen. Is it okay? Normally, because I'm palpating like this, I want to have the same angle and same pressure. So for me to do that, the best thing for me to do is walk around the table and then come over here and do the same 3 points. So kidney 16, which is sensitive now. That's okay? And here. Okay? So what I've done is I have identified now that I have some problems. So we have some reactive areas. We have 1, 2 main kidney areas that are active. This area here, which is almost kidney, almost spleen. As I don't have any other real spleen points, I'm going to think it's more kidney. Okay? Then here we had the pericardium area. And then here we had the lung area. Okay? So, of all of these points, this one and this one were the most sensitive. So if I wanted to, I could just use, say, what's most sensitive is kidney, and then we're going to go and we do the 4 needles for the kidney. Okay, that's one approach. The other approach is that we're going to start looking at now as we look through the yang meridians is to see, is there any way that we can treat all of these? Okay. As it turns out, is there a meridian that treats kidney, pericardium, and large intestine, and lung? There isn't one, okay? There isn't one meridian. I can use kidney, is going to do kidney and pericardium, right? Because kidney and pericardium are midday, midnight neighbors, system 4. I can do lung and kidney. What meridian interacts with lung and kidney? There's 2 possibilities. Bladder, right? It's midday, midnight with lung, and it's interior, exterior with kidney. Or I could choose large intestine, interior, exterior, midday, midnight. And then if I had lung and pericardium, liver, very good. And any other one? No. So I could use lung and pericardium. So there I could think about, so I could check all of them, right? So I could check the kidney points, I could check large intestine, I could check whichever ones are the most active, okay? So that's how we go about an abdominal palpation, okay? So what we're really looking for is we're going to remember is that we want to work on this line going across the umbilicus and this line going down here, okay? And on there we're going to find all our different reaction points. Now, I might feel, for example, I go down like this, I feel some resistance, I can feel a little ball. That can be information that I want to use. Do I want to disperse, tonify, etc.? The most important thing, though, is that he feels the sensitivity. Because when we come back after a treatment and we check, okay, we want to see the sensitivity go away. Okay? Do you want me to do a treatment? Should we do a treatment to see how it works? Okay. We're going to be looking at doing the 4 needles for the kidney meridian to tonify it. Does anybody remember what are the 4 needles I would be looking at? Sorry? Okay, so no, not for the kidney. If we want to tonify kidney, kidney is water, okay? So what works with water? Metal. So what is the metal point on the water meridian? Kidney 7. And what is the metal point on the metal meridian? Lung 8, okay? And as we're doing those tonifying, which side are we going to do it on? The left or the right side? Left side. And what are going to be my dispersion points? So what controls water? Earth. So what is the earth point on water? Kidney 3. And what's the earth point on earth? Spleen 3. Okay? So on the left side, we're first going to check. It's okay. No. Your spleen 3 is down here. Unless your body is different than everyone else's. So the first thing I'm going to check is the kidney 7 area. Is that sensitive? Yeah. Okay, so kidney 7 is reactive. Now let's check the lung 8 area. So lung 9, lung 7, lung 8. Is that sensitive? Okay. Normally, if the 2 tonification points are sensitive, we know we're going down the right path. Okay? Now let's check. Is spleen 3 sensitive? Yeah. Okay. And let's check another one. Now, kidney 3, sometimes, traditionally, here's the malleolus. It's directly behind it. Is that sensitive? Sometimes I use the Japanese version of kidney 3, which is slightly more distal. So I come down here. And is that sensitive there? Not too much. And there? Yeah. Okay, so the Japanese version is more sensitive. So we're going to start on this side, and then we're going to come to this side. We're going to start with the point on the kidney channel, because we're treating the kidney channel. So I'm going to start with kidney 7. Okay. I'm going to ask him to take a deep breath in and breathe out. Okay, so my kidney 7 is in. I put it on when he was breathing out is when I inserted it. I broke the skin quite quickly, and then I took my time going down. Okay? But it's important to break the skin quickly. Now we'll come to lung 8. So take a deep breath in, and breathe out. There we go. So now we're going to go to the kidney 3 point, which was here. This is going to be the opposite. So I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath in. And there I went in quickly the whole way. I went straight in. Okay? Stopped a little bit at the skin, but went straight in quite quickly. And the same thing with spleen 3. When I do spleen 3, often what I do is I find the point, then I pull it down. So I have a lot of skin to work with, and I'm not really against the bone. Okay? So like that. Ask him to breathe in, and that's it. Okay? Let's come back and see how it changed. Still sensitive? It's still sensitive or no? It's good. Okay. Still sensitive?
Better.
Still sensitive?
No.
Still sensitive?
A little.
A little. And still sensitive? No. So from what we decided, that worked out perfectly. We knew that the kidney was going to interact with kidney and pericardium. All the kidney and pericardium points have gone. The lung point is still there. Okay? So on the kidney, I gave you a bunch of points that we could add. Are there any of those points that have a specific relationship also with lung? Exactly. So let's take a look and see if large intestine 4 on the left side is sensitive. Is that sensitive there?
A little.
A little. What about on the right side?
Same.
Same. Okay, so we'll use the left side because I prefer the left side. I could keep looking for other points, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be the right one. Here, because I'm not tonifying and dispersing, I'm just trying to interact with lung and kidney, I'm not worried about breathing in, breathing out, etc. There we go. And now let's check here. Still sensitive?
A little.
A little. Has it diminished? Okay. So here sometimes what we need to do is just go a little bit deeper with the lung, large intestine.
Better.
Okay. So we treated all of his kidney, pericardium, and lung problems with the 4 needles. Okay.